Hello everyone. Today we will talk about formula and functions in Microsoft Excel. As you know, Microsoft Excel is a spreadsheet program. So the data is organized in the form of rows and columns. We identify the active cell with the help of its column letter and the row number. So this cell which is active now is J7. This cell reference can be viewed from the name box also. Now, what is a formula? Well, a formula is a sequence of cell references and operators. The cell references tell us the values and the operators tell us the mathematical tasks that we want to perform on the values. The mathematical tasks may be plus, minus, multiply, etc. A formula always starts with an equal to symbol. Now let's see how do we enter a formula. To enter a formula, click in the cell where you want the result of the formula. So now we have clicked in cell G5. Press the equal to key from keyboard. Now write the cell reference of the first cell, that is B5. Here we are calculating the total number of units purchased by Rahul. Now we put the plus symbol and then write the cell reference of the next cell. Now again plus, and now if you don't want to type the cell reference, you can click in the cell for which you want to write the reference. You can see here we have D5 at its own. Now write the plus symbol and select the next cell to add its reference here. Again press plus key and then F5. Now as you can see, all the cells containing the values to be added are highlighted. Now press the enter key from the keyboard and you will see the result of the formula in the cell. Now when we select the cell containing the formula, we can see the actual formula in the formula bar and the result of the formula in the cell. In case you want to apply the same formula to rest of the rows, you can copy the formula by placing the mouse pointer on the bottom right corner of the active cell, and when it changes to the black plus symbol, you can click and drag through the rows to which you want to apply the formula. Next is function. A function is a built-in or ready-made formula that performs operations on a specified range of values. Now let's calculate the average of the total units purchased with the help of a function. In order to enter the function, we click in the cell where we want the result. Now press the equal to symbol and start writing the name of the function, that is average, and put the left parenthesis, and now select the range for which you want to calculate the average value. So let's select the cells from G5 through G14. So G5 colon symbol G14 is the range of the cells I am going to pass as an argument to the function average. So a function has its name, the parenthesis and the argument. Now press the enter key from the keyboard and you can see the average of the total units purchased by different people. Now let's talk about finding the maximum value out of the total number of units purchased using insert function. To obtain the result of the function in cell G17, we select that cell and go to the formulas tab and click on insert function button. This opens the insert function dialog box, and from select a function section, select max. Then click on OK, and this opens the function arguments dialog box. Now in the number 1, we have to provide the range of the values for which we have to find the maximum value. So in this case I will select the cell G5 through G14 and as you can see here, the range is automatically taken. Excel is smart enough to give you the result of the formula in the dialog box itself. Now if you want to display the result of this function in this cell, that is G17, click on OK. And you can see the result here. So 1900 is the largest value. Now let's talk about finding the minimum value out of the total number of units purchased by different people using the AutoSum feature. Since I want the result of this function in cell G18, so I click there, and from Formulas tab in the function library, I click on the drop down button of AutoSum. This opens the 5 basic functions. Now since I want to find the minimum value, so I click on Min. Microsoft Excel is smart enough to select the adjacent values for calculation. In case you want to edit the range, you can simply start selecting the range of cells you want to perform calculation upon. So I have selected the cells from G5 through G14, and the same range appears as an argument to the function. Now press the enter key and you can see that the minimum value is 1000. Yes, that's correct. Now let's talk about the payment function or PMT function of Microsoft Excel. The PMT function helps you calculate the loan terms. For this purpose, I have already entered the principal amount, which is 2 lakhs, and the interest rate, which is 5%. You should notice here that this value, if written in normal format, that is the general number format, should be 0.05 because 5% means 5 upon 100. Now since I am displaying this value in percentage format, so it appears like 5.00%. The next is the number of months. This is going to be the period, means the number of installments I want to pay. In order to know the monthly payment, select the cell in which you want the result of the function and click on the Insert Function button from the formula bar. This opens the Insert Function dialog box. Now, from Select a Category box, click on the down arrow to get the list of categories and select Financial. Now, from the Select a Function area, find the Payment function, that is PMT function, select it and click on OK. This opens the Function Arguments dialog box. The first box requires the rate of interest. Since we have to make the monthly payments and the interest rate that we have is annual, so we have to divide this value by 12 in order to know the monthly interest rate. Next is NPER, that means the number of periods, and in our case it is 60, so we click in the cell to add its reference in the NPER box. Next is PV, that is present value, and this is the principal amount, so we click in the cell B1. Rest of the two options are optional, so we'll ignore them for now. As you can see, Microsoft Excel is intelligent enough to calculate the result and give you a preview. Click on OK to see the result. As you can see, the monthly payment is displayed as a negative value, which means that gradually when we make the payments, subsequently the debt on us is going to be reduced, and finally we will be able to clear the debts. Thank you.